Right, golf mates, with Simon Edwards, our swing guru, we've got a great lesson for you, and it's all about driver, hitting it distance, bit of draw, bit of everything, isn't it?
Bit of everything for the average golfer.
Yes, for the average golfer, but more importantly, people show you these ideas, but they don't say how.
So what people do, they tell you what to do, but don't tell you how to do it.
Yes.
And I think that's the most important thing, and certainly coming into the winter months where people are going to be practicing a whole heap more because golf courses are going to be closed and the weather's going to be horrible. When you get on the range and understand how to do something, yeah, rather than just, well, do that, then your level of understanding of the golf swing becomes greater, but it doesn't have to be complicated.
No.
But what you have to always be able to see, you've always got to have feedback. And our little tool here, my favourite training aid in the world, my double box, is going to help us do that.
Absolutely. So you might have seen this before, but this is a lot different and better. So I'm going to leave it to Simon. Like I say, there's just two things you've got to remember here for the average golfer, and you will hit driver better for sure.
100%. So everybody wants to hit driver further, they want to draw the ball, they want to strike it better. So one of Butch Harmon's favourite sayings is that many of us can hit it like a tour player, but there's no excuse for not setting it up like a tour player. So before we even think about swinging the club, we've got to make sure that the fundamentals are correct for you to hit driver as well as you can possibly hit driver. And the first thing I always look at is people's grip position, so make sure that's anatomically correct, it's perfect. So, you know, if you go back into our library of stuff, we talk about how to do that. Once the grip position is correct, make sure the arm pressure is correct so you've got an awareness of where the head and the shaft is. The big thing with driver is people try and overcomplicate it. They think it's a difficult skill. So what we would do, and we're trying to make this really, really simple for all your golf mates, is we know the ball position goes up. Yeah, so the ball's opposite the inside of your left heel. So when we put our hands on it correctly now and the ball's on the inside of the left heel, what it creates is a little inclined plane in my shoulders. It creates a little slant. Now, all other things being equal, that shoulder plane at address and impact is going to create your little up strike into impact. So you're going to hit the ball way more on the up, which is going to give you higher launch and more distance. The other thing is we don't put the weight on the right foot, because everybody comes in to my swing studio and they're all doing this. Yeah, because they're trying to get what they call right side bend. We don't need the right side bend, because if the ball goes forwards, the incline plane's already set. So we never want the weight back on the right foot, because you'll hit the ground about a foot behind it. And if we're hitting the big ball before the little ball doesn't go very far. So once we've got that setup correct, so grip position, arm pressure, and the driver setup off that lead heel, the positions in the swing become really important. Yeah, and they're very, very simple, because what we have at address is everybody knows that we've got a triangle at address. Now, this is how you do it. Inside the triangle, you've got 6 levers. You've got wrist, elbow, shoulder, wrist, elbow, shoulder. So basically, you've got all 6 in a line, yeah, in a perfect triangle. What we're then going to do with driver is move all 6 levers back at exactly the same time. So as you move those back at exactly the same time with the arms connected to your chest, that club at the first checkpoint position is in line with your hands, your arms still connected to your chest, and your weight's moved onto the inside of your right foot. Because that's what we see an awful lot of again. People are told to transfer their weight. Well, if they're over here, the chances of us getting back to here are greatly reduced. So, our first checkpoint is clubs level with your hands, arms are connected. Next bit's dead easy. We just keep this left arm connected as we fold the right elbow behind you. So that club now is in a perfect position at the top of the backswing. And it's never done with the wrists, because people talk about wrist hinge. It's all done with the bigger levers. So we move all 6, and then we fold the elbow, and the right shoulder turns backward, because that's another thing people think about, is turning the left shoulder. Well, what we know is the right shoulder controls the backswing, it controls the turn in the backswing. Yeah, it's never the left shoulder. So don't, golf mates, whatever you do, don't try and turn this one. Turn this one. From that position, what most people would do from there, because they're trying to turn and hit it hard, they turn their shoulders real early. Now all of a sudden I'm going to collide with that box. Now that's why my box is old and battered, but it's the best training in the world. You can put your golf bag down, don't put a head cover down because it's got to be long. Because you can cheat a head cover, you can cheat a golf ball basket. So lower your golf bag if you don't really like your golf bag. Yeah.
But everyone's got a golf bag.
And everyone's got a golf bag. Ideally, if you could go to your local pro shop and get a couple of boxes and tape them together, that's a great idea. But it is a bit of a faff going to the range with a big old box. But everybody's got a golf bag, absolutely 100%. This is the key movement. So once we get to the top, we've got to make sure that club swings from the inside. So the left arm will slide down the chest and the right elbow will go into the front of the rib cage. Now what we can see there is the club is absolutely behind my hands, and from there that club is going to swing from the inside. So we know we're going to create more speed from a horizontal direction than we can ever create from a vertical direction. So this is where all our golf mates are going to hit it further, straighter, with a much better shape. So what we're going to do, and I'd love you to drill this because it's the winter, nobody's got a lot of golf left to play now this year. So to start with, I'd love you to hit your first checkpoint, hit your second checkpoint, hit your third checkpoint, and then just chip it. So what you can see, that ball's taken off and it's got a little bit of draw on that. And then, once you can master that, but we've got to make sure that we see the outcome. So there's no good practicing it and going first checkpoint, second checkpoint, third checkpoint, and then hitting the box with the ball. Because we know the club face is open at impact. So whenever you're doing drills, golf mates, this is huge. That you have to see the correct outcome even when you're doing a drill. So 1, 2, 3, 4, starts right and draws. Then what we do is we take the stops out. So instead of stopping at our first position here, yeah, we just take that ever so slow all the way up to the second position and stop, halfway down and stop, and then chip it, and the outcome's exactly the same.
It sounds this is more important than anything.
100%, because we know that the best players in the world understand how to move the club, but they also have an incredible awareness of where the club head and the shaft are. Does that make sense to you, Liam?
Yeah, of course it does.
So all I'm trying to do with what we call progression drills is get the club in motion as quick as I can, but still rehearsing the independent skills. So the third one, you would just stop halfway down and then chip it, and the outcome's the same. And then we'd have a go at half speed with no stops in it. And the outcome's exactly the same. The ball just goes further and draws a little bit. So it's understanding the how, it's understanding the individual elements, rather than just being told what to do. Well, this is what you have to do. Well, okay, that's great, but tell me how to do it. So we know the 6 levers move the club to first checkpoint, the right elbow and the right shoulder complete the turn, the left arm slides down, the right elbow's in front, and the left arm squares the club face. That's the how.
Yeah, I think my nugget here, what I've not seen before, is them 6 levers going together.
Yeah, the 6 levers are huge because every great player does it.
That's something I'm going to take away from this lesson.
Perfect.
Simon, if they want a lesson online, is it Skillist?
Yeah, go to Skillist and you'll find me on Skillist. You can DM me on Instagram or Facebook. And if I can help you with your golf over the winter months, please give me a call.
Thank you very much, mate.
Pleasure.